everyone. Now we will work on few selection tools in GIMP. The few selection tools in GIMP that we are going to study about in this video are rectangle select tool, ellipse selection tool, and the lasso tool, that is the free selection tool. Now let us work on rectangular selection tool. For this, choose the rectangular selection tool, and here you have the tool options. In this, first comes the rectangular selection mode. You have four different modes here. The first comes replace the current selection, add to the current selection, subtract from the current selection, and intersect with the current selection. So, first we will be using this replace the current selection. This is the most widely used one. Just click on it and observe the image window here. Left click the mouse and drag it. This is the area selected. Now try to select another area. The previously selected area disappears. That means the second selection that you have done is replacing the first selection that you have made. This way. Now let us work with the second selection mode of selection. Add to the current selection. Observe the screen here. You already selected this area. Now whatever I am going to select is added to this area. Just observe. Like this. The previously selected selection is not disappeared. The next selected area is added to the previous selection area. Like this. In this way. This is the second mode of selection. Next comes subtract from the current selection. Whatever you select for the second time, that area is subtracted from the previous selection, like this. So this area is deleted. This way. I'll try to remove this area, like this. So this type of area is deleted from the previous selection. This is we subtract from the current selection. And next comes intersect with the current selection. So what happens when you try to select another area, only the intersected part will remain and rest all disappears. Like this. Like this. This is how the last mode of rectangular selection works. Now, let us use the first mode of selection again. And now choose a particular area here. Try to fill it with foreground color using the fill bucket tool, like this, and observe the edges here. Go to the rectangular selection tool, and this is how the edges look like when you select this area. Now check this feather edges. When you have checked this feather edges, and just increase the radius of this feather edges, and now choose another rectangle area and fill this area with rectangular mode of selection, fill bucket tool. Observe the screen now. The first selection which I have made, in this I have unchecked the feather edges, and you see the edges are sharp. But when I have checked the feather edges, you see the feathering of these edges. That means they are smoothened, right? This is how the feather edges work. And next we have the rounded corners option. Just uncheck the feather edges and use this rounded corners option. Choose the first mode of selection and choose any area on your screen. As you can see, the corners of this rectangular selection are rounded. You can choose the radius so that the corners will be rounded according to that. This is how it works, like this. You can see the change when I am changing the radius of this selection. This is how the rectangular selection tool works. The ellipse tool also works just like the rectangular tool. This is the ellipse selection tool. This also has the four modes of selection. Let's try them. Replace with the current selection. This is the first mode of selection. This selects the area on the image in an elliptical way, like this. And if you just drag it, you can get a complete circle, like this. And now, right click another area. The previously selected selection is disappeared. Next, we choose the other mode, that is add to the current selection, and add this to the current selection, like this. Now you have the two areas selected. And next you have subtract from the current selection. In this mode, the area is subtracted from the previous selection, like this. And next you have intersection mode, where the area that is intersected is deleted, like this. Now we will work on the feather edges for the ellipse tool. For this, choose the ellipse tool, select any area, and with the help of bucket fill tool, and fill the particular area with the foreground color, like this. And now choose the ellipse tool again and check the feather edges. Try to increase the radius, and now choose a new selection. With the help of fill bucket tool, fill it with the foreground color. Can you see the difference between the feather edges and the normal selection? This is how the feather edges work. Now let us work with the free selection tool. Choose the free selection tool, and this selection type of tool selects the screen or a particular area. This is the free hand selection tool, like this way, and you have to stop it where you have started it, and that particular area is selected, like this. And with the help of fill bucket tool, you can fill it with the color of your choice, like this. Fill it with the foreground color, this way. Yes. Now I'll show you how this type of tool is useful for us. For this, I'll try to choose an image from my computer. Choose an image from your computer, and it will be open for us in another window. So I can choose this image in shape wise. Just use this tool and move your mouse across the outline of this picture, like this. You have to be careful while moving this free selection tool across the figure. Choose smaller distances, like this, and you have to stop where you have started. Then only your picture is selected. Have to work like this. I roughly worked it for you now, and you have to press on the first circle, like this. Yes, now my particular figure is selected in the same outline. And now you can cut this image, like this, and copy it in your previous layer. Edit and paste. This is how you can work with this type of free selection tool. Thank you. Do subscribe and like my videos.